Right then, here's the thing, okay? I've been putting off talking about these two individual Transformers for some time now. Now, I'd already touched on the Chromia toy previously on my roundup Revenge of the Fallen toys. Didn't really go too in depth with that, other than the fact is you were in no doubt that I didn't like it. Now we have the RC one as well. So that's 2 out of 3. I hope to God they do combine, because there'll at least be a point in them ever being made. Other than that, I see no purpose in them. But let me just slow down for a second before I ramble off and moan a lot. I'll try and be as concise and fair with these two, so I don't irritate too many people, which I have a tendency of doing. Do you know there's a whole forum, there's a whole page on something devoted to how much I suck? That's amazing, actually, that I made that much of an impression. I'm quite proud, actually. There'll probably be one after this as well. So, right, let's forget all of that now. Let's just start. Let's pretend I've never seen these toys before. Let's just pretend I picked this toy up and never seen it. And I'm guessing that, well, let's talk on face value of the motorcycle, shall we? As a bike, yeah, it's fine, isn't it? It looks like a great motorcycle, as is with the sister bike. They look fine. Both slightly different details on the front. This one looks, well, for want of a better word, more up to date than this one. But I don't know anything about bikes. I know about cars, not bikes, so I have no idea if they're based on real bikes or not. I'm guessing they are. Being as it Revenge of the Fallen. Let me just take this bit off the side here, because it's just irritating me. More so than the toy. So yeah, so that aside, the bike itself seems alright. So, bikes, okay. Now we move to the little problem. It's a transformer, isn't it? So it's got to transform. And both modes have to be reasonable. Now, before I prattle on about the toys in robot mode, let me just make a few things clear for you who are going to moan at me in a bit. I happen to like all versions of Transformers. I'm not a G1 snob. I like all of them. I actually happen to prefer Beast Wars to Generation 1. I think the characters and the stories are very much more developed. It's a lot more interesting, more adult. I think it's a hell of a lot better than G1. So don't keep saying, isn't this it's G1, and if it isn't it's just gonna moan. Well, that's not true at all. And the second point is, I'm not just saying it's bad just for the sake of it. It genuinely is, in my opinion, bad. And this is the point I'm trying to make. It's my opinion. I've brought them. And anybody says, why'd you buy them if you don't like them? Well, I collect these things, don't I? So you have to get the rough with the smooth. Some are good, some are bad. Some of the G1 toys are absolutely atrocious. They're horrible. I can't stand them. Maybe I should devote a whole review of the worst G1 Transformers, but that would be a side issue, and that we're not talking about them now. We're talking about these. So I will transform them for you. Back in a moment. Alright, done at last. You know, that took me longer than I thought. I tell you why. Because these toys don't transform. They have Frankenstein deformities which apparently account for a transformation. So, are you ready? Alright, because I'm not. RC. Now, you may be thinking, what's that idiot done now? He hasn't transformed it properly. I'm telling you, for the first time ever, I've used the instructions. Okay? That's RC. Alright? Answers on a postcard, or you can just comment on it. Look, I'm not being funny here or trying to split hairs over toys, but look, I mean, come on. You're gonna tell me they can't do better than that? Because I don't believe it. And let's look at the sister abomination, shall we? Do you... What's going on here? Now, to be honest with you, and yeah, I say to be honest with you, I'm being quite honest so far, so I'll carry on being honest with you. They aren't great toys, are they? I mean, come on. Look. I can't think of one positive comment about the robot modes. They haven't got a robot mode. It looks like it's been involved in a bike crash or a collision with a car, and this is the end result. It looks like the person's been merged or mutated into whatever the bike was riding and then crashed into it, and then that happened. And look, okay, let me be completely fair with you then. Probably open myself up for a hell of a lot of abuse, but you know what? Just for this once, look, if you think I'm wrong, which probably a lot of you do, or you think I'm right, which would be quite nice, but might not happen. If you think I'm completely wrong, I will like you to do a video response, alright? So, I don't want any abusive comments at the bottom, because I'll just remove them. I don't want you posting things behind my back. That's not fair, and that's just not sporting, is it? Come on. Marquis of Queensberry rules, come on, allow me to defend myself. So, none of that. If you think you've got a viable argument to defend those toys and say that they are alright, and I've obviously missed a point, which is fine. It sometimes happens. I don't think so in this case, but, you know, I will concede that you're right. So, video response, defending those toys. If it's legitimate, you do it in a proper adult, articulate way. But renounce what I've just said, remove the videos, and I stand corrected. It won't be the first time in my life that I've had. So, here's your chance. No abusive texts, no abusive comments, no threatening me anymore, thank you, who's been threatening me. Just, please, a proper defence of those toys, and I'll concede and remove both of the RC videos. Now, I think that's pretty damn fair, alright? So, I wait to see what anybody does. If anybody does anything, that is, they might just say, you know what, he's rambling on again, and I think he's mad. Which I completely understand, because I probably am. But I'm being serious for once. Look, give me a viable defence of those toys, and I'll eat my words. Can't say fairer than that. And believe me, I spout a lot of words, so that'd be a lot of eating I've got to do. Alright, so, I've done my best with those toys, and my bottom line is, I think they're atrocious. I think they're a waste of plastic. I think they're disgusting. I think they're, oh, I'm trying to be so careful with my words here. You know what, I just don't like them. There you go. Alright, so, let's see who answers me back or who doesn't. Maybe some people agree, maybe some people won't. I'll await your verdict. My opinion's in your hands from now on. Alright, so that's me, that's Starscream saying, take care, and wait to see what you guys say.